everyone, welcome back to Phasmophobia. I'm Eotidiss, and today I am going to be prestiging for the third time. Why am I doing this? Well, in the last video, I showed you how to absolutely destroy the game on Professional with all of the Tier 3 equipment, and today I wanted to do that with the starting equipment only. I know that it is incredibly difficult to get into this game because the starting levels are incredibly obtuse. On top of the game itself being hard to understand, you are stuck with equipment that is really difficult to use in general. Even when you're someone who's had hundreds of hours in the game like me, you can struggle on that. So since I have gone over level 100, I have the option to prestige, which will send me back down to level 1. So we're going to hit that. We're going to get this lovely tier 3 investigator. Look at this. 3. I am 001, and now we are back. This is all I have. I have the tier 1 equipment, only these things here. Look at this. I don't even have all of this. I lost all of my money. I have 0 monies. We're poor. We're ill-equipped for this, but I'm going to stay on Professional. We're going to go to good old Tanglewood, and I'm going to try to show you how to do this as a professional. Now, there's a lot of things to keep in mind here. I already know a lot about ghosts. I know how to interact with them, but you're going to notice I can't get all the objectives done. What do we have here? Okay, never mind. I can get all these objectives done. Wonderful. If it had done anything with smudge sticks, parabolic microphones, motion sensors, salt, any of that I couldn't have done. But instead, we do have escape a hunt. I can do that. We can get an EMF reading, and we can witness an event. Now, if the ghost doesn't decide to do any of that, then we're a little bit boned. I don't have my headset, so I'm going to grab a flashlight, and I'm going to grab the EMF and a thermometer to start with. Why do I start with an EMF reader and a thermometer? Well, the EMF is going to help me with figuring out exactly what objects are thrown. If I hear a door like that, I can just walk while sprinting and figure out which door it is. I think it's this door. So we are gonna drop everything. I'm gonna go get a black light and check that door for fingerprints. Immediately, I walk in the house and I hear a door touch. If you don't have headphones on, then you should probably get yourself some headphones, crank up the volume, and you will be able to hear everything going on in the house, especially if you're solo. If you're a multiplayer, it can be a little bit hard because other people will be touching doors. And look at that, we already got fingies. We know it is UV. And we know it's probably here in the living room because I just heard something else get thrown. Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Where are you? There's a couple of phrases that you can hear. Oh, I heard that cup. Yeah, I think that was a plate. Alright, we're looking for EMF 5. That... We're gonna get you... Oh, what else do I have? The notepad. There we go. Put that there. Double check we're not going up to 5. It looks like this one's staying at 4. Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Alright, I'm gonna leave that on. I'm gonna move the thermometer in here. I'm gonna move my black light over here as well. Check if it touched this door. It didn't. And we're gonna go get the last of our evidence collecting stuff after I turn on the breaker. I kind of forgot to check that before I went in. But it's right here. There we go. Do I have these lockers to hide in? I do. I'm going to turn this light on in case it hunts. I want to have the lights going to my hiding spots turned on so I don't have to have my flashlight on during the hunt and alert the ghost to my location. If you just look for hiding spots early on in the investigation, then you don't have to worry about where you're going to hide when the ghost hunts. You've already got that figured out. You just have to get there. So now we need to check for orbs. We need to check for dots. I just heard another door touch. Let's see, do we have orbs? Yes, there's an orb right there. Bueno. That also confirms that it is this room. And I'm going to take this dots. I'm going to put it right next to my camera. Let's back it up just a little bit. There we go. Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Where are you? Alright, I'm under the impression it is not Spirit Box. Now here's a little trick I'm going to do. I'm going to take all of the things that are throwable from the dining room. Here, I'm just going to toss that down. And get rid of them so that the only thing left is the notepad. And that will greatly increase the chances that the ghost interacts with the notepad. So if it has writing, it will be more likely to write. Alright, is that everything? Might have thrown some stuff originally that I'm missing, but it's there. We don't have 2 notepads. Oh, just did something in a different place. Let's try to find where it is. If you ever swap the EMF in your inventory, you'll notice that it turns off every time. So you need to make sure that you are turning it back on if it ever goes into your pocket. Alright, this is a little unfortunate. I'm going to turn this light back off. Grab my flashing light. Let's see the temperature. The temperature is going up. We are on professional difficulty, which means the ghost can change which room it's in. Not this door, this door. I'm gonna check for fingerprints again. There's a special fingerprint for the obake, so I'm just checking for that. Alright, we're gonna use this opportunity to try to get some extra information here. Put that there. Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Alright, so very likely not Spirit Box. Let's see, freezing would be Hantu. Ghost writing isn't an option, so let's not worry about that. EMF 5 or dots. Alright, well we know it's dots. There we go, it's a Banshee. Now, we need to... It's not an Oni either. We know it's a Banshee. We just need to escape a hunt. And our cursed object... I don't have a camera, so I didn't take a picture of it. What was our cursed object? Let's turn this on in case it hunts. Like that. Well, we're fucked. Right now, we're in a bad situation. I went to the basement without it being a hiding spot, looking for my cursed object so that I could try to escape a hunt by forcing a hunt on my terms, and instead I'm gonna die. This is the problem with being on starter equipment. You could do almost everything right in the game and still die. When you are down in the basement like that, it's a death trap. There's nowhere you can go. I don't have access to incense or crucifixes, so I can't prevent hunts. The only way I could have played that better was to not go for the cursed object and just be ready for a hunt anyway. But there you go, we did figure out the ghost. If I would have just left, I would have made more money, but I wanted to try to get the full objective list. That was a little bit unfortunate. I went to the basement to grab the cursed object so that I could bring it upstairs and force a cursed hunt on my own terms, and it just so happened to be the exact moment that the ghost decided the hunt. What are you gonna do? Alright, we got a garage breaker on this one, and we're just gonna go again. Game's frozen. It's not my fault. Don't blame me. I guess it's just gonna be my curse that whenever I make one of these videos, I'm gonna fail on the first one. So Willow Street, you're gonna be our comeback level. We get our breaker on immediately. We do have the plywood to hide in and these tubs, so I'm going to turn the light on here so during a hunt I can come back to it without turning on my flashlight. We're still looking for the bone, even though we can't take a picture of the bone. Don't worry about it. I am doing the video recording during the Easter special, so if you see these little nests hanging around, just know that's part of that. You may not see that anymore because it's probably, depending on when you're watching this video, long gone. Now I think I heard something get thrown back here. I'm gonna double check real fast. Sometimes the sounds of the house just settling will sound like ghost activity, but it's not. But I'm just checking real fast before I go downstairs, seeing if there's anything out of place. If you've ever played the game, I'm on observation duty. That's a lot like what it's like when you're first walking around on the house in Phasmophobia. You're just looking for things out of place. Something will be slightly disheveled, something on the floor. Oh hey, this mannequin's been moved. And very recently, it was giving off an EMF. And we got a summoning circle here, but we don't have any means of interacting with it because we don't have lighters and we don't have any of the other stuff. I don't have incense, so I wouldn't want to do that anyway. Alright, I'm gonna drop my thermometer here and my flashlight. It moved this mannequin. That mannequin's normally in that corner. So I'm just going to assume it's a hallway ghost. If it's one of those other rooms, we'll just figure that out as we go along. And we're gonna head out and grab the rest of our stuff. Now, since we only have starter equipment, we don't have to carry in a lot of things. I was really excited to get all the objectives done because you don't normally have all of the opportunity to. We can do it again here. We can get sanity down, witness an event, and escape a hunt. So it is possible to do. Let's get these in there. Sometimes when you're first starting, it gives you objectives that can't be done because they deal with objects, they deal with equipment that you don't have access to yet. We're gonna get this notepad down here. I'm walking around in the dark just so that I can have an extra set of hands. If you have a flashlight on you, that's one of your equipment slots, and that means you can't hold something else there. And since I already have lights on in the house, I will just use that instead of my flashlight. Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Those are the phrases you should be using. Where are you? How old are you? Oh, it just threw something in here. It's probably in here. Start moving stuff over here. Yep, I just saw my breath. Let's see if it's an EMF 5. This paintbrush was not an EMF 5. That is, though. Oh, here, the Geiger counter going off. Oh, we also just got some other information. So we know it's EMF 5. It threw the notebook without writing in it, so we know it's not ghost writing. Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Where are you? I'm gonna leave that there. The only thing you can touch from this room is this door, so I'm just gonna leave the black light there. And let's go get the last pieces of evidence collecting stuff. So that was pretty nice. We didn't waste too much time sitting in the hallway. It moved that mannequin probably by reaching through the wall and touching it. Ghosts can wander out of their favored rooms. They don't have to stay in them, but they do spend most of their time there. See, you can also see the EMF 5 here. Whenever you look at the activity chart, the EMF is plus or minus 1 from where it is. So this jumping up 4 is just a -1 from that EMF 5. If you're playing alone, it can be real easy to use the activity meter to figure out if you have an EMF 5 or not. Because if you see a jump of 4 or 5, it is most likely an EMF 5, as long as there wasn't a ghost event. Ghost events always read as a 4. So if it's a 4 and it's plus or minus 1, you could see 4 or 5. So just keep that in mind. Alright, let's see if we got orbs. We do. There's an Orby boy right there. Cool. So I don't really need this. Where are you? Are you here? Oh, I think it hit the breaker because the lights are out. Alright, I'm gonna put this on the floor, pointed into the room like that. And let's get the breaker back on. Who's up in the garage? The lights are out. It is incredibly dark. Let me get my flashlight so you can see what's going on. I know what the house looks like. I could probably walk around the house blind, but you don't. So let's get the flashlight. We'll come up here. We'll turn our lights back on. That is a little info too. If Jin was an available choice, we could get rid of that. But since it's just Raiju and Obake with what we've got here, we know it has to be either dots or ultraviolet. We don't have salt, and I don't have a way to like force the ghost to do a door touch. So if it touches the door, we just have to be ready for that and try to get our black light. That's all we're gonna do. Also, if it's a Raiju, we just need to hope that it dotses in front of us. Now this is a scary situation. A Raiju is faster around electronic equipment. If it's an Obake, I think I could get away fine. There's a hiding spot upstairs behind the chair in the bedroom. Or all the way in the garage, we can hide there. Alright, we know it's not going to be spirit box, so I can shut that up. So we just need UV or dots. So I'm just gonna hope. Can you show yourself that it dotses? Don't get confused by your own breath, thinking it's the ghost standing right in front of you. That has happened many times before. It will continue to happen, but just be mindful that you do have a little puff of fog coming out of there. I am under the impression already that this is an Obake, simply because I think I would have seen dots by now. It's such a small room, it would be easy to get full coverage here. And I think the Raiju would have shown itself. Can you show yourself? Can you give us a sign? Now, it's also possible that the ghost has left the room, which may explain not getting dots on it. I'm trying to stay in the light so I don't lose as much sanity. By staying in the hallway with the light on, I'm making sure that my sanity is better managed. What I can also do for myself, which may get me killed but would be definitive in figuring out which ghost it is setting up a runway for the Raiju. Raijus are faster when they're around electronic equipment. So if I put my EMF there, let's put my video camera here. Oh, it just turned off. Oh no. You might be like, oh, it just turned off the light switch. Well, kinda. It did that as part of an event. That doesn't actually count as it interacting with the light. That is a really confusing mechanic, I'm sure. It didn't actually physically flick the switch. The switch just kind of... That's an event. This is an event. I got a little bit scared. I knew it was an event, but at that point, I kind of let it into a bad spot. It's now far away from the room. If it does a hunt, I can't be certain that it's gonna start in there, which is unfortunate. Oh, it just touched the door. Let's go. All right, this will tell us It's an Obake. There we go. Alright, Ultraviolet, it's an Obake. We can leave. I would love to do Sanity and escape the hunt, but without the starting equipment, with only the starting equipment, it's a really scary proposition. Like, I can't interact with the summoning circle. I don't have a lighter to light the candles, and so I can't make a hunt happen on my terms. And I don't have a smudge stick or a lighter so that I can stop the ghost during a hunt. So to avoid the problem with the first one, we're gonna do that. But there we go, we figured out the ghost. Even in a bad room like that, we finally got the Obake after it touched the door. And we got a victory in our book. Was it as good of a victory as it could have been? Maybe not. But that was, it's a scary idea to try to do those escape-a hunts without having any incense. And with that particular cursed object. Like, if I had had a mirror or something like that where I could go upstairs and break the mirror and start a hunt and then look at it as I ran into the garage, that would be a fairly safe way to do an escape-a hunt. But we just didn't have a good ghost for... Oh, we didn't have a good cursed object for doing that with. And there we go, we got a win, and it took just a little over 10 minutes to do with the basic equipment. So not too bad, but as we go further along here, I just unlocked myself a lovely little photo camera, and that's going to open up the option for me to get pictures and get extra money that way, and I will be earning more and more as this goes along. So hopefully that helps you out if you're someone who's starting out at the basic Tier 1 starting equipment. You can get wins on professional. Even if you don't get all of the objectives done, you'll still get a pretty penny in comparison to amateur and intermediate. It can be done. I would probably stay away from nightmare mode because on nightmare you kind of need a lot of those additional equipment pieces in order to set up tests to check for ghost abilities. But professional should do you well until you got at least everything unlocked so that you can do that. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this in the future, subscribe. If you have any tips or tricks of your own, leave them in the comments down below. And until next time, remember to take care of yourself and take care of those around you. Bye-bye.